And we'll now open up with a quick statement from Coach.
Major step forward for this team and for the program. Arizona's really doing a nice job this year. Guys are playing hard. They've been battling some injuries as well. Coach, Miller's done a nice job of growing the team even through those injuries. And so for us to be able to get this win on the road, it means a lot to us. I thought we were pretty efficient on both ends of the floor. Certainly not perfect. We had a couple lapses defensively in the second half. One of the lapses, I think, in transition defense was caused by inefficient offense. But we just beat a good team, a very, very good team. And I was proud of the guys and the way they competed. There were a couple times when things weren't going our way, and we really emphasized on the next play. And that next play mentality, I think, paid dividends, and the guys didn't sink into this depression. It was more just, let's get excited about the positive things. So again, I sit here as a proud coach. If we would have lost, I said this in the UCLA game, if we would have lost, I still would have been a proud coach. And if we would have lost at the end, I still would have been proud of the guys today. I think we're growing as a group and excited about as we move forward.
We'll start off with Michael Roberson. Go ahead, Michael.
Hey, Coach. Also a great accomplishment. You sweep Arizona. They had won, I believe, 20 straight before this season. So a great accomplishment by your squad. How do you feel about that? And then how do you feel about how you guys have been playing in conference play with a couple of little bumps in the road, but overall really good?
Yeah, I like the trajectory of the team. I like the way we're buying in. I like what we're doing. There's no question about it. Arizona, in many ways, has been a gold standard nationally in terms of winning basketball games. And the nice part about that stat is, as painful as it is to hear, I wasn't here for all of them, and our players definitely weren't here for all of them. And some of our guys have only been here for 2 games against Arizona. So it is an important stat, but I think it shows that we're able to compete right now at a really high level against a very, very good program. And hopefully it's a sign of more progress to come.
Now go to RJ Batesia. Go ahead, RJ.
Coach, I don't know how surprised you might have been if you would have been told that you'd be 34-14 on points in the paint against this Arizona team, but can you just talk about what went into that on both ends of the floor?
Yeah, defensively, it's a great stat for us because we really emphasized both ends of trying to, win that battle in the paint. For us, defensively, it's really a variety of things to be able to do that. One is doubling the post. I think that was effective. One is transition, getting back and trying to limit them getting to the paint and transition. Ball screen defense is an important part of that. And then offensive rebounds is an important part of that. And so there's a lot to that to unpack, but there's 4 areas right there that they're excellent. And we had to really be good in all 4 of those areas. And so with that, we were able to limit their interior scoring. And on the offensive end, we're going to attack, and hopefully make the right plays for others. But we know we're going to be most successful when we can play in the paint and scoring around the basket.
And then I know you don't like to take credit for the rah-rah speeches, but you guys had a pretty emotional huddle with about 6 minutes to go. You had taken some pretty good shots from Arizona at that point. I don't need the transcript, but I'm just curious about just what the sentiment was in the huddle and where your team was at that point.
I'll let Jaden explain that one. I thought we need a little shot in the arm and a confidence boost. We've been playing so steady, and there were a couple times where I thought we were just getting a little bit down on ourselves where we shouldn't. Not every play went our way, but we really talked about being positive and getting to the next stage. I don't remember everything, and I can't confirm nor deny that we may need to buy another clipboard. But if in fact that's the case, I'll go ahead and pay for that.
And then just my last thing, we're getting kind of used to you getting surprising performances or guys that maybe we don't expect stepping up. Noah showed up for you guys today in the first half. Lucas once again. Can you just talk about the whole roster approach that you're kind of getting right now?
For sure. One of the first things I said in the locker room was I believe in the guys as individuals. Whether it's going to be Brandon or Max coming in off the bench or Noah, James. Whoever's coming in, I believe in them. So I think that's important for them to know. And I think they're going to continue to grow as they get experience. And Noah was an important piece for us today. I thought he played hard defensively. And when he makes shots, it certainly changes a lot of what we're doing.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Next up is Jacob Rayburn.
Hey, Coach, we've talked about Michael O'Connell, and you just used actually a word we've used with him, steady. This is now his 5th game since he became a starter that he didn't have a turnover, and I believe he now has 30 assists for the season to 10 turnovers. Can you comment on what goes into that steadiness for Michael and everything that I think is encapsulated by that word with him right now?
It's been amazing. I mean, for a freshman to come in and be steady, he understands he has good players around him. He understands his job is to organize and run the offense and make that first pass and make, pardon me, that first cut. So I think that understanding is a great starting place. And then his ability, kind of feeds into that as well, where he has the ability to handle the basketball, make smart plays, and his basketball IQ is very good as well. Those numbers are essential for us to be able to be efficient offensively, and it allows other players like Oscar and Jaden and Spencer and on to be efficient. But if we're just making the first pass and shooting the basketball or turning it over without allowing the defense to make a mistake, it's not going to be as efficient. So he's been really good.
My last thing, conversation about Jaden has seemed to be at times about mental development. It was jokingly earlier this season that angry Jaden is the best Jaden. What do you see now after stringing even more successful games together from him? Does it still need to be angry Jaden or other emotions as well?
Yeah, no, I like angry Jaden for sure. The one we have to avoid is the frustrated Jaden, where a couple things go bad and it's like, I really wanted to make that play, but I didn't. And so now defensively, I didn't get to the right spot. That's what we have to avoid. So yeah, I want him to play angry for sure, but more importantly, I want him not to play frustrated or concerned about the next play. And that again kind of feeds into the idea that I believe in him, and he doesn't need to look over at me. We're going to keep giving him the basketball and asking him to make plays and just get to the next play. And so that's the mindset we need to continue to develop, and I'm confident he will.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And then we'll close it out with Grant Avalon. Go ahead, Grant.
Coach, there was a sequence right before the under 4 timeout in the second half where Oscar picks up his 4th foul and he goes to the bench. And in a couple of the following possessions, you get Jaden going downhill and he's able to convert for a couple of really big baskets. Can you talk about just the confidence that you have putting the ball in his hands in that situation, especially with Oscar not on the court?
Yeah, we're, as the games are going on, it's a combination of giving guys freedom to make plays and make the right decisions, and a combination of me micromanaging a little bit and trying to get the right guys in the right places to do things. But we do want the ball in Jaden's hands. We want him attacking. We want him doing those things. And certainly, hopefully it shows there's a confidence in me. When Oscar's out right now, we're putting it in his hands to attack the basket. I told him after the game too, I was so confident when he was going up to those free throws at the end of the game. So yeah, we're going to continue to put him in those situations, and he's going to continue to thrive scoring the basketball. And I think he's going to grow as a playmaker for others as well. And I think he's making progress in that regard.
All right. Thank you, Coach Haase.
Thank you, guys.